Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Twist of Fate, Grandma is held captive after she exposed Rhea and Aliyah, and Brachi tried to save Grandma's life, but the entire Kholi's family were still in trouble from the goons that attacked them all of a sudden. Let's continue from there. Aryan is searching for something in the room. Grandma asks him what is he searching for. Aryan says charger. Grandma gives him the charger. Aryan says it is neither Android nor iOS and says it is an old model phone. He says if I keep it in the museum, then it will get much money. Grandma says to Aryan that I am also old and she asks him to keep her also in the museum. She says once charged, her phone works for 3 days. Aryan says there's nothing in your phone. He recalls leaving his charger in her room and put it on charging. He says now I can charge my phone. Aryan switched on the phone to call the police and let them know that some goods are in their house, but he comes to know that he doesn't have any balance. Grandma is shocked. Aryan asks why did Grandma freeze. Grandma beat Aryan for not recharging his phone. Rhea thinks of Shahana insulting her and replying to her everything whenever she had attacked Brachi verbally. She gets angry and she is about to throw the vase. Aliyah asks her that what is she doing and tells her that the goons are mad. Rhea tells Aliyah that I was searching for Rambro and I asked Shahana and she answered me in such a way that I want to bury her inside the ground. Aliyah asks that what did Shahana say? Rhea says that Shahana said that Rambro is tied to Prachi's palu. Aliyah says you should go and give answer to Shahana. Rhea asks Aliyah if she have any suggestion. Aliyah says the goons have come here and if any of the goons get angry and shoot at Shahana, then if Prachi shoot at the goon to save Shahana, then you will get rid of Shahana and Prachi together. Aliyah says to Rhea that if the goons kill Prachi, then Prachi's palu will be slipped off from Rambro's hand. She asks her to come. Rhea asks if Aliyah has any plan. Aliyah says search for Rambro and Prachi and meet me in the living room. Priya is waiting outside the mansion and she calls Rahul. Rahul tells Priya that they couldn't steal anything due to Prachi. He says Prachi saved her family and become great. Rhea hears him and thinks that even she wants to become great. Rhea offers to give Rahul much money equivalent to what he wants to loot from their house and says you should go out and loot outside. I will stop you and save them and I will become great and I will be the daughter-in-law number 1. Rahul says it is to your advantage. Rhea says it is to your advantage also. Easy money, right? Pallavi asks Vikram that where is his inspector friend. Vikram asks who. Pallavi says the same guy whom I used to ask to keep the gun out. Vikram says I forgot to call him this year. Pallavi says how can you forget to invite him? Vikram says it is okay. He will do the darshan of Bapa somewhere else. Pallavi says to Vikram that we wouldn't have been in this situation if he was here. She scolded Vikram for not inviting him. Vikram asks if Pallavi is holding him responsible for the happening. Pallavi says to Vikram that we are trapped because of your mistake. Vikram says if I had known about this attack earlier, then I would have invited all the police force. The goon called Manish asked Pallavi not to talk without their permission. Pallavi says I never asked for his permission also to talk to him. Another goon tells Vikram that he understands his pain and asks him to tell him his pain. Vikram says what do I say? Pallavi says once they leave, I will see you. Vikram says I wish they never go. And he asks Bapa to save him and says one side is the goons and the other side is my wife. Pallavi says I will see you later. On the other hand, Prachi asks Rambro to leave her hand. Rambro says if I have left your hand, then you will go to the wrong direction. He says I held your hand to lead you to the right way and says he is holding her hand as she is stupid and says he said the truth by mistake. Prachi says to Rambro that it is too much. Rambro says your stupidity level is high. Prachi says enough is enough. Rambro says I just started friend. Prachi asks him not to call her as friend and says I ate it from the beginning. Rambro says that is why you always used to say that you are not my friend. Prachi says to Rambro that I am not your friend because I am your wife. Rambro asks if Prachi was not his friend before their marriage. Prachi says no and says but. Rambro says we met, we love and we got married directly. Prachi says I don't like dating and says I loved you as I saw love in your heart for me and I felt that seeing your feeling. My heart used to beat the same way seeing you. Rambro says to Prachi that this is wrong. Why didn't you say these beautiful things before? Prachi says don't tell me burning words now. Rambo owes Prachi and says, you understand burning words at once, but you don't understand when I say that I love you. Prachi asks Rambo to let her go. Rambo asks why. Prachi says, I am saying it. Rambo says, you behave this way whenever I talk to you. Rambo says, you cannot talk to me like that. Prachi says, I don't want to listen, and says, what are you to me? She says, I am nothing to you. Rambo says to Prachi that you said some time back that you are my wife. Rambo says, I will not come behind you. Prachi says, I don't want you to come behind me. Rambo says, I will come closer to you. Prachi says, I will not let you come closer to me. Rambo says, I will not let you see me without eyes. Prachi says to Rambo that I will not let you see me without eyes, and she gets emotional. Shahana looks at them. Rahul brings Rhea to the hall, as per Rhea's plan. Rhea acted and says that she tried, but she failed. She says, I am not a good daughter-in-law, but Pallavi consoles Rhea and says, you are good. The goon asks them to return their bag and says, if I did not find it, then nobody will be saved. Rahul says, you have said that Prachi is having that bag. The goon shoots in the air and asks that whoever is hiding should come out, else it will shoot Rhea and her mother-in-law. Rambo, Prachi, Shahana, Grandma, Siddharth, Aryan and Aliyah comes there. The goon tells Prachi that he was searching for his bag, which was with Prachi, but now the situation is under control. Rhea steps on Rahul's foot. A flashback is shown. Rahul tells Rhea that they have come here to take revenge from Aliyah, who insulted Priya and him. He asks Rhea to do something good and become great just like Prachi. The flashback ends. Rahul says that they will go after taking whatever they want and says that they don't have enmity with anyone except Aliyah. Aliyah says, I am not your aunt. Rahul says, you have accused us of theft, and he asks her to give her necklace to him. Aliyah refuses. Rhea asks Aliyah not to get afraid of Rahul. Rahul asks Rhea to keep her mouth shut and says, like aunt, like niece. Aliyah says, mind your language, you monkey. Rahul says, Rhea was trying to buy me with money, and she asked me to do as she says. Rahul says, Rhea asked me to act, and she would also act to save you all, without getting hurt and without taking any risk. She says she wants to become a great daughter-in-law. Rhea is shocked to see that her truth is out. Everyone looks at Rhea. Rahul tells the Kholis that Rhea was trying to buy him, and she was asking him to do as she says. She meant that he has to act to loot the house, and Rhea will act to protect everyone without taking any risk and injuries, and she will become a great daughter-in-law. Everyone is shocked. Rhea asks, what nonsense? I didn't say it like this. Rahul says, now you are lying. We are thieves, but we have some rules, but you don't have any religion or honesty. Manish says, don't waste time with Rhea. Take the jewelry and leave. He asks him to say till they take the jewelry. Vedant asks Rahul to tell everyone how Aliyah and Rhea are. Rahul says, this aunt and niece, I don't know whose tongue works faster. Aliyah says, give the gun to me, then I will show you if my tongue works faster than my aunt. Vedant says, you are corrupt fully. Rahul asks Aliyah to give her necklace to him. Vedant asks Rhea to give him her jewelry. Aliyah takes off her necklace and gives it to Rahul. The other guy asks for Prachi's ring. Prachi refused to give her ring. The goon asks if this is precious. Prachi says, this was given to me by my mother. I will die, but I will not give it. The goon says to Prachi that mother's blessings should be with you. What will you do with the ring? He says, don't make me angry, else I will cut your finger. Rambo comes in front of Prachi. Prachi struggles not to give her ring to the goon. Siddharth asks the goon to leave Prachi. The goon asks, who is he? Aliyah says Siddharth is Prachi's to-be husband. The goon says Prachi is married to Rambo. I can prove this. Rambo couldn't bear to see the goons forcing Prachi, and Rambo beats the goons. Vikram, Aryan and others also join and beat the goons. Rhea asks Rambo to go out and call the police. Priya comes there and fires in the air. Rambo owes Prachi's hand and runs. Siddharth owes Rhea's hand and runs. The goon threatens to shoot them. Rhea calls the goon mad and goes with Siddharth. The goon laughs as he finds the bag. He says, now everyone will know who I am and what I can do. He takes the bag. Priya thinks that she had warned Rahul, but he did not listen. She stops to hear Siddharth and Rhea. Siddharth tells Rhea that people like her should die. Rhea says, if I die, then how will people like you live? She says, you are like a Dijali lover. Siddharth says, you made everyone mad at me, and I used to think that you love me, but you did not love me. Siddharth says, you will live alone and die alone. as you are the most worst and disgusting human being. Rambo and Prachi comes there. Siddharth tells Rambo that Rhea is jealous of Prachi and she doesn't want her happiness. Aliyah says Mihika saw the goons before going from here and she asks Siddharth to say. She blackmails Siddharth again. Rhea asks Siddharth what was he saying and she asks him to complete his conversation. Aliyah asks Siddharth to talk to her fully. Siddharth says I am sorry and he asks Rambo not to feel bad about his words. Rhea says even I have heart and I get hurt. She says if you say this again, then I will do something and you know what I will do. Prachi says prayer and asks that who is there. Priya says hands up and she aims gun at them. She asks them to go in line. Prachi coughs. Priya asks Rambo to take Prachi to have water and says my boyfriend should not know. Rambo says okay. Mihika tells Aliyah's goon that she needs to talk to her family on the phone. She says that she has left her phone in the corridor. She says she wants to alert them. Rambo tells Prachi that Priya is a nice girl. Prachi says actually, Priya's boyfriend Rahul is also good. Both of them are good and says the problem is Aliyah. What was the need for Aliyah to insult them? Rambo says I will bring water for you. The goon says to Mihika that we have broken your phone. Mihika says she had 2 phones. She says make me talk to my family and says Rhea and Aliyah are bad, but they did not know that they are in big trouble. The goon asks Mihika to call the number she wants to call. Prachi picks the call. Mihika tells Prachi that one guy is a chemistry student and he has mixed 2 powder and says if anyone inhales the powder, then they will faint, then it will be a problem. Rambo comes there and stops Prachi. Prachi tells Rambo everything that Mihika tells her. Rambo asks, did you have an idea to stop them? Prachi says she doesn't have any idea, but they should go there. Rambo asks Prachi to drink some water first and calls her as friend. Prachi says don't call me your friend. Rahul is surprised to see Priya bringing Rhea, Aliyah and others. She asks where is everyone? The goon brings Grandma and Aryan and shows them their bag. He says he has found their bag. Rhea asks if there's any treasure in the bag. Prachi comes there and tells everyone everything that Mihika tells her. The goon says you should be a teacher. Prachi says Mihika said it and it is true. She asks everyone to open the doors and the windows as the goons sit to make the smoke. She says I will not let you do this and she tries to drag the goon. Rambo comes back and asks Prachi to come and says you are pregnant. Prachi comes to the room. Everyone faints in the hall, even Rahul's friends. Prachi falls down in her room. Rambo also falls down. Rhea falls down outside the room. Rambo is unconscious and he recalls what Prachi had said. Later, Rambo gains consciousness and he sees Prachi unconscious. Shahana also gains consciousness and she is about to sprinkle water on Pallavi, but she thinks that Pallavi is not trustworthy, so she will not wake her up. Shahana is going to Vikram, but she falls near Aryan and she makes Aryan regain consciousness and she sprinkles water on his face. Aryan gained consciousness. Shahana says you should tie the goons' hands so that they don't run away. Rambo asks Prachi to get up and says come on Prachi. Rambo moves Prachi's hand and asks her to open her eyes. He gets worried when Prachi did not respond. Okay guys, thank you so much guys for watching. In case you find this episode interesting in any way, please just give it a like and share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Thank you.